Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy Chapelle, and you watching Ordinary Freaks. Let's get it.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Ordinary Freaks of 2019. We got our first episode, new season. Eddie and B back here. Today we got the pleasure of having rapper from Milwaukee, Mr. I don't know about Mr., but Wave Chapelle. Welcome, dude.
Wave. We in here.
Bro, thank you. I know you're not in Milwaukee. You haven't been in Milwaukee for a while.
Yeah.
But you always shout out the city. You give it love, listen to your music. You're always making sure you give props to the city. Mm-hmm. But what brings you back?
I'm back right now. The homie Ish, you know what I'm saying? That's like one of my homies. He got a show coming up at the rave, you know what I'm saying? So travel back with him. I had a couple endeavors too. I record a lot here, so I was gonna make that trip anyway. Anytime I come here, I see it as an opportunity for me to like get a lot of work in, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy Really, like, you know what I'm saying? He record most of my stuff and engineer it too. So, I was like, yo, if anything, I can come and work, make a couple songs, you know what I'm saying? See the fam too. I gotta see the family. So yeah.
When it comes to like music and rapping, when did you start taking it seriously, or where does that stem from? Was there any certain influence or fucking a video, a song you heard that you're like, all right?
For the most part, like it really started. My mom's listened to a lot of rap. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, like you name it, Jay-Z, Lauryn Hill. Just all types of, 90s rap, you know what I'm saying? And I would always hear it when she would drop me off at school, and then the instance where I really thought about being a rapper, I think Blueprint came out. No, it was College Dropout. College Dropout came out. And I remember I took the CD out of my mom's car. I had a little, little boombox or whatever in the crib. So I took it out of her car, and every night I would listen to it. You know what I'm saying? He got this song called Keys to the Rock. Yep. Like, that's where he, like, basically break everything down. And I'm like, man, it was, like, one of my favorite songs. And then I started listening to the story. I'm like, man, I could probably be a rapper. Like, you know. So that was, like, where the idea came from. And then I started to do, like, poetry and, like, the words were there. I like to write, creative write and stuff like that. And then eventually I was just like, man, I seen Jay-Z H to the Izzo video. I'm like, bro, that seemed cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? The poetry is dope, but man, if I could be the man, like, you know what I'm saying? Really like rap, put the words into like a cool way. So yeah, really just early influences, being a kid, being around a lot of rap music. My dad was an artist too. Even though I didn't grow up with him, but I'm sure that, spiritually, that kind of got something to do with it. Like, you're destined to go this route, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Wow, that's sick. So will you say that, that was really early on. Like,
we
were all still kids and stuff.
Right.
Like, I remember, I still bump to that music, but like, will you say like your parents were supportive early on, or were they kind of just, less like, yo, what are you doing, Wave?
I think mom's was, she would it wasn't that she wasn't supportive of it. It was like she didn't know if I was serious or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would mention it here and there, like, Mom, what if I was a rapper? Like, what if I did this? What if I did that? She's like, oh, okay. She didn't know I was like dead serious. Yeah. So, but after a while, no, she was definitely supportive. Like, my mom really let me know that it's okay to, like, whatever I wanted to do, that she would support me. You know what I'm saying? So I really give a lot of props to my mom for just letting me know whatever I wanted to do, she was going to support it.
At what point musically, so you start writing, you start taking it a bit more serious, that you kind of know, like, all right, either one, I'm popping, or two, like, this is where I'm going. This is like my focus.
Yeah. I figured I was dope by 8th grade when I was like, man, I would freestyle at the lunch table, and like all my homies, like every time they'd be like, bro, you cold, bro. Like, you gotta, you low key nice, like. And it sat with me for a little bit. And then when I went to school in Memphis for a little bit, for a short tenure in middle school. Okay. And when I went out there, I also was rapping too, and they was rocking with it too. I was like, so my guys in Milwaukee said I was tight. These people in Memphis said I was tight. Yeah. So like, I might be onto something. So that's when I was like, okay, let me start. That's when I started to actually start writing raps and stuff like that, and just freestyling like almost every day. I would literally freestyle like every day.
Damn.
Yeah.
So did you go to school out there, like high school and all that?
Yeah, so here my school breakdown is weird. So I went to Mesmer, middle school, grade school, but then 7th grade and a little bit of 8th grade, I was in Memphis at Tresvant High, which was like, bro, like super hood, like lean on me type school. You know what I'm saying? So it was a totally different experience. But then I got into my first fight there, and my mom was like not too happy about it, so she wanted me to come back and finish middle school here at Mesmer, and then from then on, I graduated Mesmer High School as well. So so I was just back and forth for a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
And then, so Mesmer, and you actually go to college to Memphis.
Yeah, and after I graduated high school, I bounced back to Memphis for college. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So you get to Memphis, and I know kind of that's where shit gets popping for you, you know?
Real. Yeah.
Shit got real.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit more about how that happened?
Absolutely. So, you know what I'm saying? I graduated Mesmer, you know what I'm saying? And like, I already knew I didn't want to go to school. Like, that wasn't my thing. Like, the whole time I was in high school, I'm like, once I graduate, because I already had like shows coming and stuff like that while I was in high school. So by the time I finished, I'm like, you know, I might as well just carry this momentum and, you know, stay at it. You know, unfortunately, we in Milwaukee, so I got involved into a lot of stupid stuff along the way. Like, after I graduated, I was trying to do the music, but then it was like a lot of stuff going on in between as well. Just trying to maintain. So my mom was like, look, you need to go to school. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be here, you know what I'm saying? You go wherever you want to, but you need to go to school. So I was like, all right. So I just caved in. I was like, I'm going to go. My grandma and my pops, they reached out to me. They was like, yo, you come to school in Memphis, whatever. So, you know, I went out there. And, you know, like I was telling you the other day, man, like it was so weird because as soon as I landed, like the first week, I met everybody that I needed to meet, like within 1 week. You know, I met DJ Rocksteady, who DJ'd at one of the main radio stations at K97. I met Drake's cousin, Isis, who's like, you know, he was like heavy into the music scene. I met all these people at one time. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, bro, that's crazy. So meanwhile, you know, I'm just going to school. And now I'm in the scene already, like my first week in Memphis.
Yeah.
And as soon as I dropped my first project, man, it was like, yo, this kid is dope. Like, he's the real deal. They wasn't used to my style of rap, you know, because, you know, it's down south and it's a whole nother sound or whatever. So people just, you know, gravitated towards me. They liked what I was doing. And, yeah, I just got a lot of recognition, like, really fast.
You said your style of rap. How would you describe that?
I describe my style of rap as, I call it new wave hip hop. Just because it's like the hip hop is because it's like a traditional style of rapping. I use a lot of lyrics, a lot of bars, pretty witty, almost like, you know, 2000-ish, 90-ish type of flow. But the beats are still new wave, you know what I'm saying? Like up to date, you know, 808s, you know, trap drums and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But I still stay true to my style of rap. So I just call it new wave hip hop. Yeah.
Yeah, it's dope. That's a good way of putting it.
Sure.
Man, that's crazy. You just dropped a lot of big names, I feel. I'm still trying to recollect myself.
I ran through them really quick, man. Yeah. Shout out Rocksteady, though. Rocksteady is, he's at the time, he was Young Dolph's DJ as well. And he really took me under his wing, like showed me a lot, just worked in the studio with me, helped me pick out beats and stuff like that. Isis did the same thing. He ran me around, walked me to this shop. I'm meeting all these different people and stuff like that. Colway as well is another guy that I really got to give a lot of credit. He was my first like engineer, like that I really said, yo, that's my engineer. Like he pretty much helped me shape my sound. And he was the first. I met him at a Guitar Center that same week. Like, it was random. We was just in Guitar Center. And I ran into him. My pops, like, he seen him. He's like, yo, you need to meet him, Colway. This is Wave Colway. And from then on, we was like Shaq and Kobe, you know what I'm saying? Just making dope music. And yeah, man, so I owe him a lot, man. He really helped me shape my sound. So shout out to Colway.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So in that time period, right, of that week, and then on, like, where you kind of just, you felt like you were going through motions, or were you like actually in the moment, like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, I feel like if I was me, I would be freaking out, bro. Like, I would be like, oh shit, like, am I ready? You know, like.
Right. It didn't really hit me. I was kind of like just going with the flow, really. Yeah. It was like, man, I met this guy. Okay, what's tomorrow gonna bring? Okay, boom, I met this guy. But you know what was really grounding me was the fact that I was in school at the same time. So it was like something exciting happens, then a downer because I'm back in school, and something exciting happens. So it was at the perfect balance. I wasn't too high or too low. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, okay, taking it day by day. What's the next day gonna bring? And man, sure enough, it was just rolling. Like every other day, it was like something big happening.
Where were you going to school at the time?
So I was between Lemoyne, which is HBCU, and then I had some classes at U of M as well. So the plan was to eventually transfer to U of M as a full time, but by then, you know, things kicked off, and I was like, yo, I'm dropping out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So what's that? I know you talked about this before. That text, that message, that kind of you were like, you were already contemplating dropping out because, like you said, school was never really your thing. It was kind of the next motion.
Right.
And then you got this message.
So man. So it was literally the second semester was about to start, and I had to. I was like in the process of filling out all the information to go back for another semester or whatever. And man, I'm in this restaurant called Ching's Wings. Shout out Ching's Wings. I love Ching's. Shout out Miss Jackson. I love you. But yeah, I was in there, man. I'm eating my chicken, man. I'm trying to calm down because I'm like, man, I don't want to go back to school. And next thing I know, man, I see my Twitter buzz like, yo, I look, and it's Yo Gotti DM me. He's like, yo,
crazy.
He said, text me, or no, he said, call me. You know what I'm saying? I want to rap with you. I like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You in my city, so, you know, let's link, see what we can do. And I didn't believe it at first. I'm like, man, is this the real him? So I swipe, and I see, like, the verified badge and everything. I just lose it. I'm like, yo, what? And sure enough, he was trying to, like, take me on tour or whatever, and he just gave me the whole rundown of what he just wanted to be involved, wanted to help any way he could, because, you know, he just took a liking to what I was doing. And, man, it allowed me to, you know, open this door, follow my dream, and close this door, and, stop going to school.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, bro,
Holy
it's crazy.
Shit.
Yep.
You know, it's interesting. Something that we always hear. It's like Milwaukee is not in a sense lacking that culture, like music industry. You know, you were Memphis, so you got mentored in a sense. I don't even want to say put on, because he mentored you and helped you and just taught you how to go through the industry. But, you know, what do you think is missing in Milwaukee to, like, how do we propel, how do we move forward in the music industry? I mean, we got you know, people like Ish doing big things out here too. You know, what do you think is missing? Do you think in Milwaukee you would have ever kind of been able to do something like that?
Yeah, I think I think so. I think you can. It's ways to do it here, but it's only so much you can do here. And I think in order to change that, or not even change it, to grow it, it just has to grow. You know what I'm saying? We need more outlets, more radio stations reaching out to the local artists. Not saying that they don't, but we need more people to do it. We need, you know, just outlets. You know, like you go to Chicago, they literally have 100 radio stations. They got all these A&Rs and stuff like that in the city. You know what I'm saying? Looking around, finding that talent, grooming it. So we just, as artists in the music sense, we just need more outlets. You know what I'm saying? And I think that'll happen. I think it'll come, like now you see 88.9 doing things where they'll take local talent and groom them, like stuff like that. I think is dope, and I think more of it needs to continue, and it needs to grow. You know what I'm saying? And that way is how we'll, you know, see more Milwaukee artists amongst the music scene. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I've been all over. I've been to Chicago, Atlanta, you go to LA, there's even New York, there's so many outlets, you know what I'm saying? And that's why you see 100 Atlanta artists, you know, coming every couple months, because they got all these radio stations show them love. They got all these venues that, you know, will help them throw events and stuff like that. And so, once it starts to grow, which it will, I have faith that it will, you'll start seeing it more and more.
Gotcha. No, I agree.
And I think it doesn't even matter, like, we get like LA, like all these big cities are big, you know, like people flock to them for a reason, right? I mean, there was something culturally, but if you think about it, like 100 years ago, like Hollywood wasn't Hollywood unless the movie scene was popping, right?
Exactly.
And there was people that believed in that. because that was like the only form of escapism back then, right? Like you had to go see a goddamn film.
Yeah.
Like walk your ass to a fucking theater. Now, like with like, you know, all the technology, all the streaming services and all that stuff, I feel like Milwaukee can be out there too.
Absolutely.
We just need to keep, like you said, right, keep promoting, keep shouting out, keep like helping, or like at least advising people. Like
Exactly.
you brought up Backline, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
What Mag is doing and like what those guys are doing, like it's incredible. Like it's basically putting people on to another level. Like
Exactly.
and you didn't gotta leave the city. You just gotta be committed to your art.
Exactly. And if anything, at least mentoring them, if not putting them on, at least mentoring them, showing you, yo, this is how you can move.
Right.
This is what your record should sound like. You know, stuff like that. Little stuff like that goes a long way into grooming like artists and stuff like that.
Give them the quick or the key answers to their questions.
Exactly.
Shit, you could be doing things and you're like, oh, like I'm doubting myself. I don't know, and you could be headed the right path. But
Right.
next thing you know, that doubt just gets to you. You quit.
Exactly.
And shit, you could have been a week from that Yo Gotti text, right?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah,
sad.
man. Yeah, and man, Milwaukee is like we the hottest thing right now. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Milwaukee is the hottest it's ever been right now. Like,
I agree,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? From
Okay.
an artist standpoint to fashion standpoint, like I see a lot of fresh kids out here. The basketball team, we like the best
Killing it,
basketball
bro.
team in the league right now. So it's like we at an all-time high. So I think as long as we keep the ball rolling, like you know, it's gonna pop just like Chicago did in like what 2012, 2013, where they had 100 artists just out of nowhere. Chance, Chief Keef, Vic Mensa, all these different people. So I feel like the same thing will happen for Milwaukee.
For sure.
Yeah.
Out of like kind of like your experiences, I know we haven't really been talking to like you know what you've been doing like as far as like your day-to-day in the music career, but like out of your experiences like with not only getting that mentorship from Yo Gotti, but like going on tour, performing, like you know, probably wild ass parties in general, like like what's one of those like memories that kind of sticks out to you, like that you know you're willing to share, like if any, like first one that comes to mind?
Man, I guess meeting Diddy was like one of the craziest things. Like, I was in LA, you know what I'm saying? It was me, Gotti, you know, the whole camp. And he was actually going to kick it with Meek or whatever. We pull up, it was all good. You know, we was just chilling. We was just in his crib, like chilling. They playing each other music. You know, it was cool. And actually, there's two people that came. That was a shocker. I'm just chilling there, you know, we in the huddle, you know, having a little convo or whatever. Next thing you know, you see a bunch of people walk in, you know, one security guard, then like a group of guys, they all got almost the same thing on, you know what I'm saying, the same chain on, so you know they click. Next thing you know, Drake walk in, you know what I'm saying, like literally just walk in, stroll in, like it's nothing, you know, he in the crib. I guess he was coming to see Meek because he had just dropped the OVO Jordans, he had the box in his hand. He handed Meek the Jordans. Meek hand him a chain, a DC chain. He look at me, like I said, I met his cousin before, so I've seen him before. And he look at me, he's like, yo, Wave, what's up? Like, we slap five, everything, like, and everybody else is looking like, how you know this dude? Like, you know what I'm saying? Where this come from? And that's just comes from, you know, being in Memphis and, you know, I ran into him before, so that was crazy. And then shortly after that, you know what I'm saying, Diddy walks in, like shortly after, you know what I'm saying? He was coming to see Meek too. And, you know, I didn't say nothing to him though. I was just chilling, like the energy, like he really got like a aura about him, you know what I'm saying? A certain energy about him. How he walk in, you know, how he looking, he got the shades on, he like super cool, you know. He walk over, he, you know, slap up with everybody, you know, and he stopped. It was like, it's slow-mo, it went slow-mo. When he start getting closer to me, I'm just like, man, I start playing through all these clips of like making a band where he like, you know, he's telling people go get a sugar cookie, like all this stuff. I'm like, man, what is he gonna say to me? Like, he looked, and he just reached his hand out, shook his hand, was like, whew, you know what I'm saying? You know, like passed the test almost. But yeah, man, that was just crazy because I didn't expect, like, you know, I knew Meek was gonna be there. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But I didn't expect, you know, Drake to walk in, Diddy to walk in. And we was just, you know, they were just kicking it. We was in like a real personal setting. And I think that night also Meek ended up throwing like a little house party, which was dope. Like he's known for throwing like some really dope parties. And I just happened to be in one. It's pretty tight. I had Duce for the first night that night.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Quick, because me and you kind of talked about this before, how, and you've brought it up, how, I forgot exactly how you said it, but you said it like, I'm a I'm not a Milwaukee rapper. I'm a rapper from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Because in a sense, like I said, since we started doing Ordinary Freaks, even, I mean, I think we can attest, we got more in tune with the music industry and just the scene in general. I personally feel, you can agree or disagree, that you might not be as popular maybe in Milwaukee as you are in Memphis or in other places. And you, like I said, from our conversations, you've done a lot of shit. You've met a lot of people. You went on tour with Yo Gotti. You played in South by Southwest. You know, tell us a little bit about how that tour life is with Yo Gotti. Like, the reason I'm asking is, like, you know, there's a kid from Milwaukee right now watching this. It's the music and wants to do music, wants to be a rapper.
Yeah.
You're a prime example. You, north side of Milwaukee, went to Mesmer High School.
Facts.
And, you know, you're out here doing this.
Man, it's inspiring, definitely, like, to go on tour. I remember, like, that one year, I think it was 2016, I did a tour with Yo Gotti, and I did one with Currency directly after that. And man, it's just like the tour life is dope. One, because you get to travel. You know, being from Milwaukee, like I said, it's dope city, but it's a small city. So, you know, when you travel and see all these different cities, see all these different cultures and stuff like that, it's such a dope learning experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get all this inspiration to rap about, you know, stuff you've never seen. You know what I'm saying? I go to, we do a show in LA, I see the LACMA for the first time. I'm rapping about the LACMA. You know what I'm saying? Like, just small stuff like that is dope to see. And then you learn so much from, you know, obviously you get to soak so much game up. You see how an artist like Yo Gotti or an artist like Currency, you see how they perform, you know what I'm saying? And you start learning
notes,
you know, a lot more stuff. So it's just one big learning experience. It's really inspiring, and it just give you that fire to keep going. Like, man, this is really possible. You know, just to even do one, even if I was on one show, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I just did a show outside of my city, and that let me know that it's possible that I can do this. You know what I'm saying? So like, I saw it as one big learning experience. Like, a lot of stuff, I took pointers from Gotti, like how he do his show, when he tell the crowd put their hands up, or how he'll tell his DJ to mix, you know, mix certain songs, you know, just stuff like that. You learn how to be a full-blown artist. So definitely, if you can, tour as much as possible. Or even just travel as much as possible. Even if you're not doing the show, go out of the city and, you know, go soak up some inspiration, because that'll help you grow for sure as an artist. Another thing I wanted to add in too, like, before I left too, if I did get to a point, which it could be a flaw, but I did get to a point where, like, I just felt like it was nothing else that I could, you know what I'm saying, necessarily do here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And this is just at the time. Like, nowadays, you see, like, Milwaukee definitely come a long way. There's so many things to do. But at the time, man, it was really just Miramar you could perform at in the rave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so you perform at the Miramar and you do the rave. Then it's like, what else? You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, I also did Summerfest. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta check the records. But I feel like I think I was one of the first, like, local rapper to, like, do the main stage, like the main stage. I think I opened up for, like, B.O.B. or somebody like that.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? That was, like, really exciting because, you know, nobody had ever did that. You know, I had to break that ground. But, you know, after that, it was just like, yo, I gotta expand. You know what I'm saying? Like, you after a while, you have to expand. So it's not necessarily, I don't want people to be like, oh, he said leave the city, so, you know what I'm saying, he's not really showing love. It's not necessarily just leaving it. It's like, you know, get it in the city, but then after you check so many things off your list, you know, now it's time to expand. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, of course.
No, and, you know, that makes sense because it's like you said, rave, Miramar, but it's like, at that point, if that's all you want to do, then yeah, you're gonna be just a Milwaukee rapper.
Exactly.
But if you're trying to be a rapper, be in the industry, it's like, all right, I did what I had to do here. What's next?
Exactly.
You've thrown some gems in there. Some, I would say, advice, for example, that the traveling. You know, what would you say to a kid right now just getting into this? Any other general advice that you would have to them?
Yeah. Absolutely. Social media, you know what I'm saying? Make sure, all the time I get people like, and this, again, I'm not grilling nobody, but I get a lot of people on the gram, like, they'll send me their link or something like that, and they'll be like, check me out. But they your page private, you know what I'm saying? Like that's hustling backwards. Like you got to understand social media. That's how I did it when I was like in school, like coming up, and Twitter first started, and then Instagram. I'm like, man, I'm in Milwaukee, but I can reach all these people, worldwide from my computer. You know what I'm saying? So like whether you in the hood, whether you in the suburbs, whatever, make sure as an artist you got to make sure that you on social media because you could be in a small town, but you can reach people overseas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you got to be on all of it: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, even make a Tumblr. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta use it like a trap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a trap. You got to trap. You know what I'm saying? You got to be all over the place and making sure people are seeing you. And then another thing too, don't be scared to start a SoundCloud. I feel like SoundCloud gets a bad rap, or even the Audio Mac. Shout out Audio Mac. SoundCloud or Audio Mac. I feel like these things get bad raps because they be like, oh, you're a SoundCloud rapper, you're an Audio Mac rapper, you not popping or something like that. Nah, these are free outlets that you can start as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Upload your music for free, and that's how you really can start a fan base. You know what I'm saying? So, man, just utilizing the net is super important because. And I found that out, just being from Milwaukee, not being able to access Atlanta and LA at the time. But I'm uploading my music onto SoundCloud, taking the links, putting it on my Instagram, putting it on my Facebook, putting it on, Twitter and stuff like that. I think that stuff definitely helps.
Yeah.
And then lastly, when you kicking your music to people, the approach that you do it, you know what I'm saying? Like you could take a link, you could spam somebody, or you could message them first. Yo, how's it going? You know what I'm saying? They respond back. You start a quick dialogue. Then, hey, by the way, check my music out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't gonna lie. Like when I was on Facebook, I used to do that all the time. Like, start a convo with somebody. Yo, by the way, I do music. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. Let me know what you think when you get a chance. As opposed to just boom, slap the link on them and yo, check my music out, bro. Like people, it's all about presentation. You know what I'm saying? If a waiter come out with a steak and they just throw it on your table, you gonna look at it like, you know what I'm saying? What's up?
Disrespectful.
But somebody, they lay it down on the table real nice and gently for you, you're gonna feel a lot better. You know what I'm saying? So anybody watching this, for your artist, you know what I'm saying, just make sure your approach is right. And it's okay to share your music, but just do it the right way and it might, it'll go right for you. So yeah,
for sure.
Definitely.
So what can we expect from you for this upcoming year? And do you have any other bigger plans for in the future?
Yeah. So I'm definitely right now I'm working on an album. I think the last project I dropped was an EP. It's like a 7-song EP called New Wave. And it was really just me. I had stepped away from music for a little bit. I think was it end of 2017, you know what I'm saying? I just stepped away from music for a bit. I really just needed a break, needed a mental break, need to recapture some inspiration or whatever. And then, so 2018, I dropped a New Wave, which was a little EP. I just wanted to, let people know what space I was in, bring some new music, you know what I'm saying, a new sound, reestablish, who I was, you know what I'm saying, for those who didn't know me, especially going back independent and things like that, But this time around, I'm working on a full project, full album. The music is gonna be really big. Definitely planning to do a tour this summer, you know what I'm saying? Looking into that. Not sure who it's gonna be with. Probably do one with the homies, you know what I'm saying? If it makes sense. So we working on that. And man, just more music, more visuals, more shows. And a couple people been reaching out to me too, man. So I'm as far as labels and things like that. So, I'm gonna take some meetings and see what's up and we'll see. It's gonna be an exciting year, man. 2019 is already dope. It's already exciting. I just got a spot out in ATL, so I'm excited for that. And, now the music, I just think the blessings are just gonna pour in, you know what I'm saying? So definitely expect more music though, you know what I'm saying? That's first things first. A new album is on the way, you know what I'm saying? Very soon.
So quick questions. Been asking you a lot of stuff, but we got our section, ordinary free questions that we like to ask our guests.
Okay. Let's do it.
So through the music industry, or just life in general, what's the best advice that you've ever gotten?
The best advice that I've gotten. This is easy. I don't know why I was thinking. This is from Gotti. He said chase the dream, don't chase the money. And basically it's saying whatever made you start doing music, keep chasing that. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get the money, but if you can get the money, but if you chase the money, then you're gonna lose sight of the dream. You know what I'm saying? And that's a quick way to demise. You're gonna fall real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just chasing the money. Just because this person throwing you a rack, this person throwing you a rack, you'll find yourself in a bind after a while.
Yeah.
Like find yourself in some really bad situations. But if you chase the dream, what inspires you, what made you do it, then you're gonna become a Jay-Z, a Diddy. You know what I'm saying? These are guys that's chasing the dream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was something dope that he told me that always stick with me. Chase the dream, not the money.
Damn, that is powerful.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you could have dinner with one person, dead or alive, who would it be, and where would you take them?
If I could have dinner with anybody, Dave Chapelle. If I could have dinner with anybody, I would have dinner with Dave Chapelle. We probably go to, you know what I'm saying? It's a spot in LA called Bossa Nova. So fire, bro. We would probably go there.
What is it?
It's like Italian.
It's
like
Italian?
really high quality Italian food. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The pasta is so fire, bro. Listen, y'all gotta go. Like if y'all ever in LA, let me know, bro. We gotta go.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
It's a really fire place. And yeah, Dave Chappelle is like huge inspiration to me just because like, you know what I'm saying, growing up, that's all I used to really watch. You know what I'm saying? Like I watched a couple cartoons here and there, but like when Dave Chappelle was on, that was hilarious. The skits were genius.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then like even in high school, like I was in an apartment with my guys, you know what I'm saying? In high school, we didn't have cable, but I had these Dave Chappelle DVDs, you know what I'm saying? Like we watch it all the time. Really got me through some hard times. So, you know, that would be dope to just sit down with Dave Chappelle, pick his brain, think he's a genius, and he's super funny. So that would be dope.
What's your biggest like inspiration? What keeps you going?
What keeps me going? It's two things that keep me going. One, my family. You know what I'm saying? Like anytime I feel like quitting or being like, man, I'm gonna walk away from music. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do it anymore. I think about my family and like what music allows me to do for my family. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, you know, I'm buying people cars and cribs just yet, but like I've been able to do some dope things for my family via music. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if I ever stopped, it'd be almost like letting them down in a sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So definitely my family, my moms, my granny, my auntie, like just everybody, you know what I'm saying? And then two, just being great, bro. Like, you know, not in a cocky way, but I know I'm dope, you know what I'm saying? I want to be the best eventually. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I got the talent to be at the top of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not there yet. So that drive, just every day you wake up, it's like, you know what I'm saying? What can I do to push me forward a little bit more? You know what I'm saying? So just the drive, bro. Inspiration is my inspiration to just keep going.
Yeah. It's always good to have that like self-drive to do things,
bro.
Man. Like it's difficult. And like obviously you can't attack everything with that same energy, right? But like we all wish we could.
Yeah.
But it's super important, like especially like with any creative, like if you're not being super diligent, like damn near get mad at yourself because you did accomplish something that you wanted to do, even if it's simple, like then like who, like if you can't keep yourself accountable, right? Like who's gonna trust you to keep other people accountable?
Exactly. Like man, I remember like when I first went back independent, man, it was like one of my first times that I didn't really have nobody like telling me you gotta do this. Like, you got to record. You got to have this album in. You got to get up and do this. You know, it was really all on me.
Yeah.
And for that first week, you know what I'm saying, I was just in a slump. Like, I would literally sleep to, like, I was sleeping for a long time to the middle of the day, wake up, not really do much, like, that whole week. And then one day I was just like, man, I woke up and I literally was just like, bro, you got to get up, bro. Like, you got to get up. You got to get up. You got to send these emails. You got to do this. And it was, you know, the drive start kicking in. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, just piggybacking off what you were saying, man, it's important as creatives to have that drive because, one, you got to push yourself when nobody's going to push you, you know what I'm saying? And you got to believe in yourself first before anybody believes in you. So, super important. Yeah.
And you just made me thought like one question.
Yeah.
What does a perfect day look like for you?
What does a perfect day look like for me?
Or maybe not perfect, but what's a great day?
A great day?
Like when you go to bed or like you like lay down your sheets and you're like, damn, that shit was good. I want to do that again.
All right. So my perfect day, waking up, you know what I'm saying? Good breakfast. I love breakfast, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, out there want to cook me some breakfast, you know what I'm saying?
Hit up this man on the
Yeah,
DM.
hit me up, man. Let me know because I love breakfast. But yeah, so wake up, have breakfast, make some music, you know what I'm saying? Like it's always a good start to the day if you can write some music, record some music. That'd be dope. Go on a cool date, you know what I'm saying? Go see a cool movie or something. Really ice cream. Go get some ice cream, you know what I'm saying? That's my go-to. I love going to get ice cream. So, get with a nice shorty or something, get some ice cream. Then towards the, middle of the day, end of the day, link with the homies, you know what I'm saying? Because it's always fun being with the homies. Yep. It's always a good time. No matter what we doing, we can kick it, you know what I'm saying? Make more music, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. All right, so the steps. Wake up, breakfast, kick it with a shorty, ice cream, maybe, you know what I'm saying? A little movie. Yeah. Kick it with the homies. Go out, you know what I'm saying? At night.
With the homies.
Right. Go out, you know what I'm saying? Turn up, stand on the couch or something, get a couple drinks, couple shots, and then make it home safely, man. Yeah. That's a real simple, but that's a great day, bro. Like I've had I've had that day before, but not very rarely. Like have I got to do all that in one day. But that would be dope.
Yeah.
Is there anything we missed or that you didn't get to talk about that you would like to bring up?
Let me touch on Mesmer real quick though.
Do it.
Mesmer, man, it's hilarious that me, my guy Ish, my guy Buddha, it's funny that we all, came from Mesmer because it's a Catholic school, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like shirts tucked in, prayer service, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But it was so funny that we was always the creative ones, you know what I'm saying? Like I was always breaking the dress code, you know what I'm saying? They would have this crew neck, right? But they told us we couldn't wear our crew necks unless we had collar under it, which was lame to me, you know what I'm saying? So I would just wear my crew neck, you know what I'm saying? Like this was around the time like Wiz and Currency was like doing the crew necks. Yeah. So I was wearing the crew necks, you know what I'm saying? I'll come through, have my skinny khakis. We had to wear khakis, but I had the skinny khakis, you know what I'm saying, with the Jordans. So we was always doing just creative stuff. And then we also, a lot of people don't know, we built a studio at the top of the auditorium. So any kids that's watching this, if you go to Mesmer and you go to the top of the auditorium, there's a studio up there that we built, you know what I'm saying? Just know that we did that, you know what I'm saying? Me, Mag, you know what I'm saying, Buddha, Ish, we did that, you know what I'm saying? And the program is still up there. It's just dope. It's a dope, dope story, dope little precursor of history, you know what I'm saying? That's inside of that school. So,
did you guys have classes together? Was that how you guys met, or you guys kind of were just cool?
Yeah. So me and Buddha, I think we had the most classes out of all of us four. I think we had the most classes out of us four. Me and Mag had a computer class together, and then I think Ish was a year under us. So we didn't have no classes, but we always see each other in school. Right. And man, me and Buddha, we used to clown all the time. We had a French class. We would get kicked out every time because we just clowning. It's hilarious. But yeah, man, I just think it's interesting that we all came out of there. And you would think though, we went to arts or something, because we doing things with music and stuff. But yeah, we went to Mesmer Catholic school.
That's crazy. Yeah, and it's like you said, the circle, and then you guys are. I mean, we talked about it for a while. You kind of went your separate ways, but the way the world works. I mean, you, Ish, and Buddha are
full circle. You know what I'm saying?
You guys
those the homies always. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know. I remember one time we was at an event and they tried to introduce us. He was like, "Bro, we know each other."
It's my bro. What you mean?
Exactly. So I just think it's dope. You know what I'm saying?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Man, yes. Shout out to Mag. I mean, you guys seen this episode before. Ish, Buddha,
yes,
what
sir.
up? Hop on.
Yeah.
You got Wave here. Y'all next.
You know what I'm saying? What up, man? Also, man, I want to shout out my brother Seven real quick, because without him, I wouldn't even been thinking about music. Me and my he's my cousin, but I view him as my older brother. Yeah. We grew up together. And I remember just being in my granny basement, and he was always telling me man, you know, you should rap. Like, I was downstairs, like, I would always, you know, just spit a little something. But, like, he really, really gave me the drive to, like, rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, or just be creative in general. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out my big brother, Seven, man. That man, you know what I'm saying? That's my dog right there, man.
Ordinary Freaks.
Yeah.
Up to interpretation, whatever that means to me, Eddie, yourself. On a scale of 1 to 10, how weird are you? How much of a freak are you? And why?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say a 10, man. I definitely think I'm pretty weird, in the sense of, like, I grew up in the hood, you know what I'm saying, but I'm not necessarily hood. Like, well, I got hood tendencies, but you know what I'm saying. But I like, you know, I watch anime. You know what I'm saying. I love Star Wars is my favorite movie. Literally, like, I can recite, you know, lines from every H1. You know what I'm saying. Till this day, like, I love Star Wars. So I'm pretty much like a huge nerd. Yeah, I think I'm pretty weird, bro. And then what was the other one? You said, how weird are you?
How much of a freak are you?
How much of a freak are you? See, now that one is a bit tricky because, you know, I don't necessarily consider myself a freak. You know what I'm saying? I'm more like, I don't know, creative. I don't know. What is freak? Interpret, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's exactly.
Define freak. Like,
It's up to you, bro. It's up to interpretation.
What do you think when, like, you hear, like, people say, like, oh, that guy's a freak?
See, all right, so yeah, so you can have, like, ew, that guy's a freak. Or, you know what I'm saying, with girls, you know what I'm saying, they could be like, yo, he a freak. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's where I'm trying to decipher which one it is. If it's like the Ripley's Believe It or Not type freak, then I'm going to go maybe a 4 or 5. Like, the freakish thing I could do is like this really weird laugh, which I'm not going to do. I'll do it like off the camera, but I can do like this really weird laugh, bro, like the Joker. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I'll do it, though. I'll do it for you guys later. But if it's like, oh, he a freak, like girl-wise, you know what I'm saying? 10.
What about when you think of ordinary freak? What pops to mind?
Ordinary freak. I think when I think of ordinary freaks, I think that's when I think it's like a dope, almost like a oxymoron, because freaks are not ordinary. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like the name. But when I think of ordinary freaks, I think of people like y'all, people like me, people who are who stand out basically. Yeah. So because the freak is like, we're different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We think different. We're wired different, but we're ordinary because, you know what I'm saying, we're like a community of, people. So when I think of ordinary freaks, it's like equals community of creatives, kind of. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I get.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Love it.
Hell yeah.
Wave.
Yeah.
Before we get out of here, let the people know where they can find you.
Got you. Look, y'all can follow me on Twitter, Instagram. My Instagram is real Wave Chapelle, not the fake one. Real Wave Chapelle. Chapelle is spelled with 1 P. And then Twitter is just Wave Chapelle, at Wave Chapelle. And then Facebook, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get you off my Facebook. You just gotta find me on there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and then Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, all that good stuff. Wave Chapelle, follow me, you know what I'm saying? Stream it up. New music on the way. And shout out Ordinary Freaks, man. They're really doing it big. Shout out Milwaukee. Love the city. Love what the city is doing. And we just gonna keep being great, man.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Do it. You guys heard it here from Wave.
Boom.
New season 2019.
Yeah.
We're out here.
Out here.
Peace.
Peace.